Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Soviet Russian Bear, and Joaquin Flores is back with me. I know some people have been asking you back, Joaquin, so he's back. So, the subject of our today's video is going to be the information war, the propaganda war between Russia and Ukraine. Well, before we start to get serious, allow me to tell a joke, please. This is a very popular joke in Russosphere, should I say. So, here it goes. A Soviet Victory Day military parade. And the ghosts of Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and Napoleon Bonaparte, they are watching this parade. They are kind of present at the parade. So, Alexander the Great looks at tanks and he says, "If I had chariots like these, I would have conquered all of Asia." And Genghis Khan looks at fighter jets and he says, "And if I had these roaring steel birds, I would have conquered all of the world, all of her." And Napoleon holds an issue of a Soviet Pravda newspaper and he says, "Well, if I had newspapers like this, nobody would have found out about my defeat at Waterloo." You see? The propaganda war is important. You can win all the win all the battles at the battlefield, on the battlefield, but without propaganda war, nobody is gonna learn about your victories. Like the whole world is gonna think that you're losing, although you're winning.
Right, right. So
But you see the point, yeah.
Yeah, we've been saying on Telegram that Ukraine has made some pretty big claims, and they don't seem able to justify those claims. Not because we're not looking, but we're looking at the official page of the Ukrainian Rada. We're going to talk about Serbia in our next after this, but it'll be separate piece.
Separate video, yeah.
We're looking at Ukraine, Azov, their channel, Pravi sector, and the Ministry of Defense, Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. And altogether, what they don't have really anything strongly logistical or broadly strategic, which you see are smaller tactical skirmishes.
Yeah.
And I expect normally a country will understate its losses by some, or they have technical categories of describing these. So they're not really lying so much as they've categorized this as a friendly fire, accident or something. So, you could have, just hypothetically, on the Russian side, you could have any number of people injured and taken out of combat because of a problem with munitions, or they got injured while changing a tire or something, broke their hand while their hand was inside of something repairing, and they're taken out of the... So I understand that there's a lot more people who are taken out of combat than the numbers reported on either side. So people should understand that. And also, and maybe that doesn't, maybe that's sort of like, maybe everyone should just report everyone who went in and everyone who's out, instead of, dividing it up like, well, this is a technical injury, this is a combat injury, this is an own goal. In football and soccer, own goals count. So, maybe own goals should count, but what are the numbers just off the top from what you've read that Russia is claiming casualties on their side? 700, 500?
About 1,000, I think, already.
So now we're talking on March 12th. Yeah, so about 1,000. And Ukrainians are claiming that they have taken out 10,000, 12,000?
12,000, yeah. I heard that this is what the Ukrainian propaganda channels are peddling, the number, like 12,000. I don't know where do they pull this number out of their asses or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the question, because we expect losses on either side. It's a conflict.
It's a war.
It's a war. No one has god powers. Nobody is using magical weapons, or is not a video game. So yes, people die on both sides. So, but we looked at when we look at the Russian stuff, I mean, they don't show every single kill, right? They can't. You don't always have a camera there. But
Yeah.
when you see the overall strategic maps, and when you look at what everyone agrees where the Russians are, they can't have gotten there without winning battles.
Absolutely.
And they couldn't have gotten there without Ukraine losing those battles that Russians won.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like the framing of how you understand reality.
Absolutely.
Right? So everything has to kind of fit in line with the agreed upon state of the line of contact where it is right now. That line of contact can't be where it is without reality. So
Yes.
so now when we look at, if I may say, when we look at the Russians provide a lot of aerial footage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Ukrainians don't provide that much aerial footage because they don't have
Air superiority
over the sky.
Yeah.
However, it logically follows that unless you're dealing with, jungle combat in Vietnam, that air superiority, or mountains of Afghanistan, right? That air superiority is strongly correlated with superiority overall on the conflict on the ground. So the fact that Ukraine isn't able to show drones of their victories because those drones get shot down is also indicative of they aren't making big victories on the ground.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they haven't disabled hundreds of Russian tanks, though. That doesn't mean that they haven't killed hundreds of Russian soldiers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've seen videos, footages of the Ukrop soldiers are ambushing Russian tanks with the NLO ATGMs.
Yeah.
Like I clearly saw the Russian tank catching fire.
Right.
Probably it wasn't an Amorek cook-off, thank God, but it caught fire. Clearly you can see that the Russian tank caught fire.
Yeah. So the problem now is, of course, like access to information. And on YouTube, there's like really, really big popular channels that are real professional productions by teams that are allowed to proliferate by Google for reasons that everyone, like with two brain cells to rub together, knows that they're all on the same team. It's all like Soros, YouTube, Facebook, Google. Everything is like one big Atlanticist corporate entity. So they obviously promote these channels. Well, you can look at 1, 2, 3 million subscribers, 800 views, 800,000 views per video, professionally done. You have Caspian Report. You have a lot of idiots, actually, jackasses, making.
Oh, absolutely. Caspian retard. Oh, I'm sorry. Report is a jack.
They're joke. It's a joke, but they don't know. People don't know the background of these channels. They don't know. They just present things in a certain credible tone. As a matter of fact, things that are just completely insane or baseless. So now everyone who should know that there was an outfit called Bellingcat.
Bellingcat is just really a propaganda, like in the Russophobe. It's run by Russophobes, like freaking.
It was like a guy in his mom's basement, and it was being promoted on CNN. Like this is like a high quality think tank that Downing Street in the UK, in the UK is relying on for their information on troop movements and stuff. And also there's a big mythology on what's called the art of, not the science of, geolocation. Like people don't understand how geolocation works. And people say, oh, we geolocated this. And then you just look at an empty field. And it's like, bro, that's not how you can't geolocate empty fields unless like you actually have photographs like third party established. There's many fields that look identical. There's like literally billions of little spots on the earth that look identical. You can't geolocate things without there being embedded metadata in the original of something that was filmed on let's say a phone, and then you didn't lose that metadata when it was saved or transferred over. So it's original with metadata. That's not fake. And other geolocating is like, is there a building that's clearly like a building, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
these two buildings like this, and you can go and maybe look at, you know, Google Maps or something and try to find where those two buildings are, you see. And that's how geolocating works at best. We're introducing this a certain way because there's a certain, like, you're only going to find these lying channels on YouTube because
Yeah.
it's a war criminal outfit. Let's be clear at this point. Oh, if I don't want to say that on, but you know, but that's my opinion. You can delete that if you need to, but
No, no.
so with that said, let's look at this. We're not
Yeah,
going to
let's
show it
look
with volume because of a technical issue,
issues.
but we will.
And please, Joaquin, do not show like too graphic content because YouTube will 100% take down this video and maybe take down my channel.
Right. Even though we're just showing what they allow,
Yeah.
what other, you know, however to be, right? So
Mm-hmm.
here you look at this. They're now they have imaginary, this is just an awful, it's called battle order.
Yeah.
And it's these punks, and they're just allowed to make things up.
Mm-hmm.
Now this you can geolocate because it's a chocolate factory.
Yeah.
But now they're going to start.
Probably Poroshenko's chocolate factory.
Yes, this is all supposed to be mapping Russia's most costly tank losses, but you'll see they keep showing Ukrainian tanks over and over.
Oh yeah, where are the Z mark, the Z or V or?
Right, they're not even fakes. Like these are not even fakes. This doesn't have any of the markings at all, and many of them are clearly Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And the way he describes them, like, oh, this is like this is a very old tank that has non-orthodox, you know, non-correct upgrades or you know, ad hoc or non-professional upgrades. And that's exactly how the Ukrainian army has done things. There's no markings on these. They're presenting all of these as Russian tank losses. And number one, they could be Russian tank losses from 2015 or 2014.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But that's not what we're seeing per se. They're presenting these as from last week. And there's just, they're geolocating these, maybe wrongly, maybe rightly. Like you can't geolocate this, that's for sure. This is non-geolocatable imagery. There's no markings on these that indicate.
And this looks like a T90.
Yes.
And this T72, and they probably Acacia or Pion howitzer. That has a V, yeah, and it looks like it's a T90 or something. And this BMP, or it's a BMP, or it's a BMD maybe. Oh, yeah. This is a BMD, and I don't see the markings.
Yeah, and the way it's painted looks like the way that the Ukrainian paramilitary did the markings, especially using that light color of beige. These and some of these, when they show the video, it might be newer video, and they're so rusted out with weeds growing in them that you know that this could be newer video from losses from either side from 8 years ago. Because there's like weeds growing in them and stuff. And kids have been playing on them for years.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like this BMP or
so there's a few in here that are legit. Like we said, like there's been hundreds of losses of these vehicles. Some of
on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. Russia claims that they've taken out like 1,200 Ukrainian tanks.
Oh yeah. And also Russia claims that it has taken out over like 3,000 of total military.
This is very hard. You can't geolocate this. I don't know how to get that.
This is probably Acacia or this is Tunguska entire system. This is a Tiger vehicle, like Tiger armored car with a Z marking. Yeah.
But we saw also that you have to also know which are in use and in which battalions and in which part of the theater, because we saw fakes of putting the letters on using like real-time, like not Photoshop, but like video shop, real-time video Photoshop on these, but and they can be very realistic.
Yeah.
You have to actually find the originals to debunk them. So we're not claiming that everyone, like, that doesn't look real. That looked like a fake. This looks very Photoshopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the markings, just so people can understand, like, just the color schemes and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
this color of beige
Mm-hmm.
is very preferred by the Ukrainian. And see the type of so-called camouflage. It's just like from
Mm-hmm.
spray paint can.
Spray paint. Yeah.
Yeah, is not going to be Russian forces. And
No.
this looks like a Photoshop
Very photoshopped.
to
Yeah.
me. And see how it's blurry.
Yeah, yeah, it's all blurry. Some guy on YouTube tried to show me like, oh, this is fucking the Panzer S1. This is abandoned by the Russian army. Like Russian army abandons the. Dude, there is not even a Z. No, not this. There is not even a Z marking. But it's the different. It's not that.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting it play.
Hmm.
And here's his healthy Patreon, of course. So that was a nonsense. I don't know why he would claim, but these people are allowed to lie.
Like, and the footages, some of the quality of the footages looks like it was filmed on a 2008 2010 phone, cell
I
phone.
believe that's it, because it was from 2014.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah,
So people had
because
phones that were
modern,
4 or 5 years old.
because modern smartphones, they all have like 64 megapixel cameras and
Right.
42. Yeah,
This is
and
like some 10 megapixel, 5
yeah, yeah,
megapixel camera
yeah, yeah,
stuff. Yeah, that's not what people are using.
yeah,
Like any soldiers, like, got his phone. He's using his first salaries to buy a phone. He can, like,
yeah.
so it's nonsense.
It's
And
not.
so now we want to look at, like, so that's just the stuff that gets allowed to proliferate. And these people who think they're smart are allowed to say things about Russians think that tactics are going to win this, but actually everything's about logistics. Like, as if they've uncovered some secret unknown mystery to military science, that actually logistic wins wars, but Russians don't know what logistics are.
Oh yeah, I've heard this so many times from the U.S. and other Western trolls that Russia's logistics sucks. Russian army is overrated. Russia no match NATO.
Yeah,
Dude,
the entire
do not
focus is
underestimate your
logistics.
enemy.
The entire focus is on logistics.
Mhm.
In fact, the lines, when you look at the invasion points
Mhm.
on the map of Ukraine, the Russian army entered only from its most, like, secure logistical lines of supply lines is what logistics, the logistics of
Mhm.
supply line
Supply
logistics
lines,
we're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
is very evident. And it's almost like gaslighting, because the issue
Mhm.
that Ukraine faces is logistics.
Mhm.
When you look at, I mean, on the one hand, they're crying, all of these cities the Russians have surrounded, and the people inside are in danger of being killed.
Yeah, no shit, because
We're
the
running out
fucking
of food. We're running out of basic needs. By the way, the Russians are losing the logistics war and we're winning. Like, wait a minute, these both can't be true. Either you're starving and dying and
uh-huh.
you're surrounded, or you're fucking, or you're winning the logistics war and Russia's losing it.
Yeah.
But Russia can't be losing logistics and using their broken logistics to surround all your major cities and threaten whatever humanitarian imaginary crisis they can say.
Yeah, and no shit. Yeah, people are starving in the fucking because they're locked up in those cities. The fucking neo-Nazis, the fucking Ukrop army, they don't let them out because they need human shields. If all of civilians are evacuated, then the Russian Air Force and artillery, they're gonna have full authority to just flatten the city.
I showed on my Telegram the official kind of, Wikipedia regurgitation of the demographics of Mariupol in 2013, 2000, before the conflict got going.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically 50-50 Russian, Ukrainian. Okay. Today, I mean, before the conflict started, but, going back, let's say 1 month ago, Mariupol, the Russian population had been ethnically cleansed by 30%. Okay, ethnic cleansing isn't always, lining people up and shooting them into a ditch. It's political, social harassment, gangs, legalized gangs, but beating you up. Your cancel culture in real life. Your bank account's frozen. You have to move away. People throwing fire, Molotov cocktails through your windows.
Oh yeah.
Low-level terrorism. That's how ethnic cleansing works, like in real conflicts. Like in addition to death squads, so 40%, 30% of the Russian population, Mariupol's been ethnically cleansed.
And replaced maybe by some like West Ukrainian neo-Nazis.
Or the whole population's gone down by over 100,000, I think, as well. So maybe they haven't even been replaced, but I think there has been population replacement of the families of soldiers of Azov. Okay, because people may not know, even though the battalion is named Azov, they draw and even though Mariupol sits on the Azov Bay, in the Sea of Azov,
Bay,
like people come from all over, and people come from all over to join Azov. So Azov is not really geographically emergent from Azov, from Mariupol. But the Azov on their propaganda is saying all of these people are trapped, but they have been the ones trapping them there. And the question would be, talking about the possibility of the Russians using cluster bombs or targeting this imaginary hospital thing. It was a real hospital, but it had long been abandoned.
Yeah, it was like a headquarters of Azov.
That's shown on video and everything.
Yeah.
People see that. So Lavrov presented that also in talks, and also it was restated at the UN, but on deaf ears. Not that it matters what the UN thinks at this point, broken institution. But we look at like, okay, so what people are left behind in Mariupol now? Did Azov let the identified ethnic Ukrainians leave and force the Russian population to stay? Probably, because that's what makes them effective human shields. Like, even if, right, you're talking just reality, like, let's just assume the worst, okay, that Russia doesn't care about ethnic Ukrainians and doesn't mind to kill them, but wants to protect ethnic Russians. And let's assume that that's even the operating mindset of the true believers of Azov. So who would Azov keep in fucking Mariupol? The Russian population. They would be under the house arrest. Those are the ones, when you see the videos and they let some cars pass and they make other cars turn around, it's because they're checking their documents against the SBU database of who are the ethnic Russians. That's why they let some, when you see those videos of the checkpoints and they let some people pass, maybe you bribe them, but otherwise they check. So who would they be turning around to force to stay in Mariupol? Why would the people there in Mariupol that you saw arguing with Azov saying, let us leave, what type of relationship do they have with Azov when they're yelling at them and protesting? So that's how to understand these things. I like to inform and empower my audience. I know you do.
Yeah.
And I know that everyone can make propaganda.
Yes.
So, and I consider everything propaganda, but propaganda can vary in its detachment from reality.
Oh yeah, there is propaganda that is completely detached from reality, and there is propaganda like relatively close to reality.
Yes. Now we'll show. I can see. There is a video that appears to be a tactical failure on part of. It's saying that this was a. Well, I'll show, and you can, tell us what you think that we're seeing. Okay. So this is from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. This is something they posted like yesterday or something. Okay. So here we go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this on a YouTube channel called War Leaks Military Blog. This is a column of tanks, of presumably Russian tanks getting ambushed by an Ukrainian ATGM crew. Presumably they're firing the NLO ATGM, the British NLO ATGM,
Yes.
and you see one or two of these tanks are destroyed. The tank that is like, oh, this is the turret pop off. This tank is going to catch fire. So we see the BTR, destroyed BTR vehicle. So yeah. Oh, this looks like an ammo rack cook-off. Oh yeah, it does. Hence the turret popped off.
You can see though that was the vanguard of the line. You can see going back there that there's a lot more on this line. But
it's catching fire. You see?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean the standard operating procedure on these is to hit the first tank so that you can trap, and you want to hit the first tank and the last tank. The Vietnamese used to do this when tanks were being used in Vietnam until they realized that it was pointless to use tanks. But this is not Vietnam, and Ukrainians are not Vietnamese by a long shot. And they don't have a fraction of the determination or morale as Vietnamese had. So, or motivation, I should say.
But this is clearly an ambush on a column of tanks, presumably Russian tanks.
Right.
Oh yeah, this is like the red marking, like the.
Yes. But are Russians using the red armband also?
Armband, yeah, armband.
I thought we were seeing white used mostly.
I don't know.
They're using both. I know they're using white also.
Yeah, they're using white armbands and red. Probably red too. Yeah.
So the thing is that this is footage from this conflict. This is like some area outside of Kiev or in the Kiev Oblast.
Brovary, probably the town of Brovary or something like that.
Now, but you can see that going back here, you look up at the top, you can see this is a very long Russian military convoy.
Yes, very long.
They've hit the front, but the spacing of these is such. The spacing of these is such that hitting the first one doesn't fuck up the whole convoy. Looks like they actually had only like 4 or 5 units as a vanguard advance way in the front, but you would think that they would have had infantry, spread out upwards of 500 meters on either side, moving along with the front to prevent these types of guerrilla attacks.
Ambushes.
Yeah. So I don't know what conditions didn't allow for it. I'm not an armchair general. I'm just saying, what I'm curious what the conditions were that they would not have had. I mean, tanks by themselves are like sitting ducks oftentimes. They're only really effectively used in combination with infantry support, really fanned out across half a mile or a half a kilometer, more likely. If you have a good 500 meter, 300 meter spread, a lot of these surface anti-tank missiles can shoot a kilometer. So they were used highly effectively by Hezbollah against Israel.
Oh yeah.
They took out like 100 of similar tanks, latest generation tanks in 2008, 6. Yeah. And so these things work. So that I'm gonna call this a credible piece of propaganda.
Yeah, I can too,
Ukraine.
probably.
However, we don't see how this battle ended. We see at the end the Russian tanks start firing. And what about all these bad boys up there? Do they just sit back, or you know what I mean? So what about the airstrikes that get called in on those positions as well? So we don't actually know if the guys who shot on these tanks are alive today.
I don't know. Yeah, probably the Russian Air Force maybe cleared that area already.
So now, what is this? Stop Russia and what?
Stop Russia and the enemy's casualties of I think Voroga enemy.
That's what we wanted to assess.
Yeah, the enemies, they're listing as they think, they're listing the casualties of the Russians.
Is this over the past 24 hours or since the start of the conflict?
Since
From February 24th until March
from February
12th.
24, yeah, to March 12. Yeah.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, it says enemy casualties, enemy losses.
Mm-hmm.
Because Vorog, it's enemy. Yeah.
So tanks, 360.
Two. IFVs. IFVs like 100 and 1205.
Yeah.
Yeah. Artillery systems,
Yeah.
135.
It's actually the same as English. Wow. If you just read Cyrillic, you can see it's artilleryski system.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually like English if you read Cyrillic. Okay.
RSZV, it's probably Grad, like rocket projectiles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And not knowing, if you didn't know better, or if you didn't have like, because the Russian Ministry of Defense releases their numbers. These are not insane numbers on the face of them, are they?
No.
Or are they?
No, I don't know exactly, but
No,
they
I'm saying,
say
I know you don't know, but just understanding the conflict of the scale going on for 2 weeks now or more, going into the third week next week. Are these ridiculous numbers, or are these within the realm of possibility?
I think the number provided by this Ministry of Defense of Ukraine is ridiculous. Like they say, like they say 58 Russian planes. Like
that's not even possible.
That's not even possible. 58 or even 83, and they say 83 helicopters.
Yeah. 83. Those are very, very high numbers considering.
Yeah. 83. I think these numbers are bullshit actually.
Well, that's why people say like you need to show receipts. Where's the sauce on these? We're looking everywhere for this, guys. We're not trying to mislead. Like, this is a war. We've said.
Yeah, this is war.
Like, people, we want to see, but we want to see the sauce. We're not saying it's impossible in theory. Okay.
It shows ground forces of the armed forces of Ukraine, and this is probably a drone footage. XY, the coordinates.
Yeah, but this is like somebody recording with a phone on a screen. So so where's the actual screen? Why didn't just? It just makes me think I'm watching something from Arma 3.
Oh yeah, like Arma 3 or something, and it doesn't even look like a drone footage.
See, I just don't like video of video.
Oh, and they're comparing Russian armored vehicles to cockroaches. Oh shit.
Right.
Like cockroaches.
Like zapping them, right.
They are.
Arta 128 Okrema.
Assault brigade, mountain assault brigade of Zakarpattia. Zakarpats Legion.
Yeah, Штурмова Zakarpatsia
Brigada. Zakarpattia Legion.
Yeah. From Carpathia.
Zakarpattia, yeah.
From Carpathia. Or of Okay, this one I republished because I had their
this is Chernobyl
weapons that the Russians are going to do a nuclear. For a false flag. Obviously, we had commenters very quickly astutely say this is setting up for a false flag. Yeah,
false flag. Is it Zaporozhye a nuclear plant, or is it Chernobyl? Oh, Zaporozhye maybe.
This is Zaporozhye. Yeah,
Yes, this is Zaporozhye.
But they're claiming that the Russians are going to make a nuclear attack.
RT is unblocked on Telegram, unbanned. RT.
RT?
Yeah. Is it Russian RT or is it English RT?
It's English RT available in Serbia.
Oh, in Serbia. Oh.
Oh, what the fuck am I seeing here?
Oh, shit.
This looks old footage.
Mhm.
I don't know what we're supposed to be seeing here.
I can't tell even the kind of the type
Yeah,
of the
it's very
vehicle.
poor, very
It's
poor.
very blurred. It's really hard to tell what type of the vehicle it is. Probably an APC or an IFV, but the quality is so poor.
You can't verify these.
You can't.
This could be like from 2014. It could be
Yeah,
video
yeah,
game that's been run through a
yeah, yeah,
filter to
yeah,
distort
yeah.
it further so it looks less CG.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's real footage, but you can't even identify the, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this is just pornography. That's
Oh,
just weapon porn.
yeah, yeah,
There's no information in that.
yeah. Just to show something at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm
give-
looking for. Something. Like I go March 12th, go back. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for
Yeah, yeah.
fucking sauce here, and I want,
Mm-hmm.
where is it? So like, here we go. Something turned over. They're claiming.
This is something like fuel depot, fuel trucks. Oh yeah, fuel trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Z marking. I don't know. Maybe it's authentic.
Yes, could be.
Mhm.
Oh, here's just some soldier
International.
porn.
Yeah, soldier porn.
This is for like get 19-year-olds to go die.
Mm-hmm.
It's masculinity pornography.
Oh yeah, yeah. It reads like International Legion of Defense of Ukraine. Like they're probably shipping foreign mercenaries to fight for them.
Yeah, you get a lot of kids from Poland or from Czech Republic.
Even from Scotland.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we saw a few older kind of idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's this supposed to be?
Like, oh, you look at the tattoo on his
that tattoo
backhand, on his back of his hand.
Yeah. He must love Ukraine.
Oh yeah. Is this a Polish guy or some?
Something like that.
Mm.
See, you get to wear cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
We call this tactical.
Tactical. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like tactical, but tactical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, proud, brave, noble warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The problem is, no one wants to see their sons and daughters. Every mother weeps when these boys are, torn up.
On both sides.
Of course, it's just, this is. I don't show this. I don't show this kind of stuff on my channel, like Russian stuff. I think it glorifies, like, of course people have to be motivated, but no one of my audience is like going to go fight in this conflict. So I don't show this stuff because it serves no purpose. I'm not a cheerleader for war.
Oh yeah. Me neither. So I think I saw Norwegian flag on that guy's shoulder, like next. This guy. Probably it's Norwegian flag under the Ukrainian flag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. No. So. Oh, they claim they have killed Russian Major General.
Oh, so why are they showing the picture of him alive?
I don't know, but they claim they have killed him.
Oh, wow. They should have the picture of him dead.
But why are they showing a picture of him alive? And they say that this Major General is a commander of the Eastern Russian military district.
Wow. So they must be on the verge of winning.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure,
When you
sure.
kill the head, the body dies,
Yeah.
Yeah, big claims require big evidence.
Yeah, big claims require. What is it? Is it trenches or something?
Yes. This is like day in the life kind of stuff.
Oh, they claim it's near Donetsk, like
Things that go boom.
yeah, artillery. It's again
Okay, here's the 12,000 claim.
Yeah, 12,000 claim of yeah.
Oh, here it is again with the 353 tanks, the
Yeah.
83
Helicopters, 57 planes,
Yeah.
57 armored vehicles, IFVs.
Three three naval with what? Oh. I mean, look, we're not laughing at the hypothetical, but anyone with like even a understanding of what the Ukrainian capabilities were at the top at the start of this would know instantly how problematic any naval claims would be, in particular, knowing the naval situation. That jumped out at me the most. And of course, 57, that must have been the ghost of Kiev that 57 planes.
83 helicopters. I don't believe. I think this number is bullshit.
I mean, did they like just increase the number by a factor of 10 for these? They're just like whatever the number is, add another number at the end.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's like 7 planes, but 57.
57
Maybe
sounds better. So
yeah.
We'll go with 57.
Or maybe it's like 8 helicopters. Okay, 83 helicopters.
83, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, what they've been doing is from hackers, just like who's in the military, like they've had telemarketers like weaponized to call the homes of like families of Russian soldiers and say, oh, we're calling to, inform, like they're pretending to be from the Russian.
Oh, yeah, the phone bots.
Yeah, and they're saying, we're sorry to inform you that your son has died in battle and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, I know. Some of my, like, there is a grandma lives, like, in the next apartment from me, and she said they called her. But she said she doesn't have grandchildren.
Yeah, they're just calling everybody and hoping it, and when they stick something, they land it, but Soros has been financing this, and it was publicly disclosed that he was financing this. And what they're saying is that Ukraine cares so much and they need to get past Russia, trying to cover up their casualties. And Ukraine cares. So when they recover bodies, they try to contact the families back in Russia. Like, you're not supposed to, like, your job is not to contact anyone's family on the side of the opposition, of the enemy combatant side does not contact the families under any conditions. Like, that's just another form of terrorism, psychological abuse of a population.
Oh, yeah. And this is claimed like...
Oh, this is the same video. Oh, no, wait, what's this?
This is a burning BTR, burning APC.
But let me start from the top.
Oh, from the top, yeah.
If I'm able to, let's see. Okay. So here's a column. Oh, then finally it jumps to this, and then this.
Oh, yeah, yes. It's clearly montage.
Montage.
Yeah. Booms. What is this, an artillery strike or something? Like, their artillery is shelling... I don't know what he says, but he hides his face for a reason, I think.
I wonder why. No, that is weird.
That is very weird. It's very blurred. It's it's unclear what is burning even.
There's so much
Oh,
footage. People have to
yeah,
remember there was a conflict in 2014.
yeah, yeah. This is their uniform. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
but people should notice that very light, that very most light tan color,
Mm-hmm.
and the type of the digital. You'll see
Mm-hmm.
that like in
Yeah.
kind of spray paint form on their tanks. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen this spray paint.
but people have tried to present those as Russian tanks.
Oh yeah, like they paint Z on already destroyed tanks or Z
Yeah,
over
when they
here.
get their tanks destroyed, then they paint a Z on it and be like, look,
Oh
we're
yeah,
destroying their tanks. It's like, okay, good
yeah,
luck. The
yeah.
imagination, like that kind
Mm-hmm.
of information war can
Mm-hmm.
go until the very end. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, the very end.
but people thought you were winning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, reality is going to hit the concrete very soon.
Oh, 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 oh. First, let me stop here because when they're showing documents, IDs, like military ID or officer ID, before Russian troops go into battle,
They don't have them.
they don't take it with them.
Right, we know.
Yeah. So like that's how they claim that they captured Russian soldiers. They have been claiming this since the fucking 2014.
Right, but the thing is that there's just lots of
Mm-hmm.
Ukrainians with Russian citizenship
Mm-hmm.
with all kinds of beliefs. It could
Yeah.
be one of their friends' ID because he has a
Mm-hmm.
Russian
Passport.
citizenship also. People shouldn't have to understand some of the
Yeah.
nuances of this.
This is a claim like Russian Airspace Force. It's I don't know what that is. This could be true, like the Red Star,
Yeah.
but I don't know. This
Yeah,
could
what else
be
can we make of that?
this could be a shot down attack plane or probably Su-25, but I don't know. It's just debris.
Oh, here's some English.
Mm-hmm.
Day 16 of the heroic resistance of Ukrainian people to the Russian military invasion has begun. This is from yesterday.
Why do they post in English? Maybe they think that English speaking are reading their
They
channel.
know they want to communicate in
Mm-hmm.
English.
Mm-hmm. On all directions
Aggressive
with
Russian propaganda is becoming active in the temporarily captured territories. The temperate. how do we
temper.
how do we
Uh-huh.
explain that they're controlling half the country without without admitting that we've had a series of losses?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's temporary.
They probably hope they can retake it in the future.
Yeah, that's how they're treating it in their minds.
Yeah, in their minds to boost the morale, I think.
In some localities, in violation of the norms of international humanitarian law, the enemy is committing looting, taking captive, and executing civilians.
Yeah, sure, we are all bad, like orcs. 15 of the heroic defense of Ukrainian people from Russian fascist. This is Iskander. Again, I don't see any Z markings.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I think we saw that one already.
Mm-hmm. This is a supposed, like a white armbands. This is a supposed prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I from either side, I don't listen to prisoners.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't care. I
This
don't
could
care
be actors. This could be
it could be real. The point is that once you're captured, all your speech is compelled. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like, I say that Russians shouldn't be doing that either. I've seen them do it. I don't care. I don't care if Ukrainians say, whatever, once they're captured, Russians are saying, hey, you want to eat? Like, you know what I mean? Like, say
Yeah.
this or don't. I mean, I have no illusions about how that shit works in
Yeah,
reality.
yeah, yeah.
You have people leaving.
Yeah, they want to leave.
Yeah. Let us leave. Look, we're waving Ukrainian flags. Let us leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way to let you out. Yeah, so we look for sauce here. We're just,
Yeah.
they don't show any maps. This is the Ministry of Information. I mean, Ministry
Yeah.
of
Of
Defense.
defense, yeah.
Their informational,
Mm-hmm.
line. There's no, what are they? We can compare to there's a lot of like posters and propaganda, like things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You might compare it to the
Anyway, this has been Soviet Russian Bear. Peace, love and prosperity to all of my beautiful, amazing, wonderful subscribers. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button, and if you like my channel and my content, please click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Anyway, Soviet Russian Bear out, до свидания.